Welcome to Thoroughbred Action from Gulfstream Park. What a fantastic, beautiful Sunday afternoon it is. And of course, just to add to the excitement, it is mandatory payout in the Rainbow Six. We got 10 races we got to figure out. We'll check out the track, the weather conditions, and turn it over to our track announcer, Pete Aiello.
The weather is perfect. Temperatures in the upper 70s with the main track fast, the Tapeta track fast, the turf course firm. In race 1, scratch number 8, Lily Bird. Racing at Gulfstream. From the rail, Starship Voyager gets the first call and goes hunting for the early advantage. Away in second is Spicy Guacamole. Getting started on the far outside is I Love Venezuela. Divine Encounters working between horses. Windrush is with them. Moving out the rail, it's Sweetie Girl, then back to Our Fortune Cookie. Shuffled toward the back down in the Bayou, and Vanishing Wish is last. To the far turn they go. Starship Voyager clear now by 1.25 lengths from Spicy Guacamole in second. At the rail, Windrush is now third. Working harder in fourth is I Love Venezuela. Two back to Sweetie Girl. Then it's Our Fortune Cookie. Vanishing Wish looks for an inside passage as they reach the top of the stretch. They're a 1/4 mile from home. They're chasing Starship Voyager, who turns in through a 22-3 opening quarter and leads by 2. Spicy Guacamole is second. Down the center, it's I Love Venezuela. They're an 1/8 mile from home. Starship Voyager trying to go the distance here, looking good with a 16th remaining. Second is Spicy Guacamole. Here's a late run from Vanishing Wish, I Love Venezuela, and Windrush right there, but Starship Voyager goes gate to wire. Starship Voyager beats Spicy Guacamole with Windrush third. Fourth is Vanishing Wish, then I Love Venezuela in 1:03.2. They're off. Vino Grigio off a step slow. Good start for Dynamic Empire, who's ridden for the early lead. Moving up between horses, it's Bitter Banker on to challenge. On the far outside, it's Showboat. Driving through at the inside, Lao Wei. Dropping back a touch was Ragman as he has to work between horses. Will of a Warrior is out wide on the course. Working between them, class dropping Garincha. 2.5 lengths back to Starship Magellan. He's second last, and out the back is the slow starting Vino Grigio. The opening quarter complete in 23-4. They race for the backstretch. Joe Trejos and Dynamic Empire lead by a neck. In between horses, Lao Wei out 3 wide, Bitter Banker, 4 wide, Showboat. Then it's Ragman together with Will of a Warrior and Garincha. Another 2 to Starship Magellan, and Vino Grigio's at the back. 8 lengths from first to last as they stack up to the half-mile point. It's Dynamic Empire in front by a head. From between horses, Lao Wei through a 47-4 half-mile. Here's a 4-wide Blitz from Showboat. 3 wide and Bitter Banker, then Ragman. Will of a Warrior getting towed into the race pretty well. He's having to give up ground, but he's moving clear now. On the outside, and Garincha, who's been needing to drop back a touch as he just slammed on the brakes. Getting started on his outside is Vino Grigio. The trailer now, Starship Magellan. The leader, Dynamic Empire. Dynamic Empire from a hard at work Showboat, 3 wide. Will of a Warrior from last. Vino Grigio is underway, and they're at the top of the stretch. It's Will of a Warrior making a bid outside of Dynamic Empire. Vino Grigio tries to run at the embattled duo. They're an 1/8 mile from home. It's confident Edwin Gonzalez handling, and Will of a Warrior hits the front. Dynamic Empire is fighting the good fight. He's very game, but Will of a Warrior has the upper hand. Will of a Warrior at 3-1 to start the early pick 4 with a length win. Dynamic Empire second. Vino Grigio ran third. Up fourth, Starship Magellan in 1:41.2.
Jackie's Warrior quickly in front here by 2 lengths. Here comes Jackie's Warrior up the inside to take over the lead from Life is Good. And and Jackie's Warrior remains undefeated here at Saratoga, and he wins an unprecedented Grade 1 stakes at the Spa for the 3rd straight season.
Any success that we've enjoyed is directly attributable to the men and women who first bring horses to us to sell. You got to have good product. If we're able to attract quality horses to our sale with quality men and women selling them, we're going to have good sales. Everything that we do is going to be to achieve success tomorrow by doing things right today. It's a commitment to get up and do the right thing every day in a consistent and a professional fashion, and that's a great recipe for success long term.
And they're off. Good start from between for Mobay Princess. Down at the inside, Kizzy forwardly positioned. Away in third is Beach Ready, and Peg's AK Girl works out the center. Back from there, the gray More Than Glory, and out wide on the course, Norman Hito. Mia Mori's in the red colors. Then Burn Away, and if you're looking for the favorite, you'll find her last of all here, Bravo Kitten. She has an inside lane and is 6 lengths off the leader. Around the first turn with Luca Panici and Kizzy, on top by 2. Second is Mobay Princess. Beach Ready is at the rail third. Peg's AK Girl is now fourth. Then it's a cluster with Burn Away nearest the inside, Mia Mori in the sheepskin noseband, and out wide Norman Hito. Backing off is More Than Glory, and Bravo Kitten is last. They make their way through the opening quarter in 23 seconds flat, and up front, it's still Kizzy, taken on now by Mobay Princess, who's right alongside. In between horses and Beach Ready, Peg's AK Girl's in the green cap, and Norman Hito's on the far outside. Moving out the rail, that's More Than Glory, together with Burn Away and Mia More, and Bravo Kitten is still last of all here through a 46-4 opening half mile. Around the far turn they go, and here's a move from Mobay Princess to take on Kizzy, who's all in. From between horses, Beach Ready, More Than Glory needs room. Peg's AK Girl is next. Gonzalez slaloms through traffic on Burn Away. Riding the rail is Bravo Kitten, plenty of hopes here. Off the turn, and Morelos got through with More Than Glory. More Than Glory has the lead, but Bravo Kitten followed her through and tries to pick her up. These two kick on a 16th to go. More Than Glory is holding on. Bravo Kitten is running out of time. More Than Glory, Bravo Kitten, More Than Glory has won it. Second is Bravo Kitten, 3 better than Beach Ready. Third, Burn Away is fourth in 1:34.2. And they're off. Good start for the favorite 3-0, and Rios is putting him right on the early lead here from Star of the Beast, who's away in second. Cassation is at the rail, and out in the center goes Adios Now. Sterling Harmony's in the blue colors, racing behind the speed. Alongside him is Christensen. The early trailer is Get Ready to Rock. Pretty easy lead for the favorite 3-0. He goes to the far turn with 3 parts of a length to work with. Adios Now is now second at the rail. Cassation tries to hold rail ground. Star of the Beast gets shuffled back far outside Sterling Harmony. Christensen is in and amongst rivals from Morelos. He tries to feed him some racetrack, and the trailer is Get Ready to Rock. They reach the top of the stretch with 3-0, still the target. Second is Adios Now. Third is Sterling Harmony. Looking for room between is Christensen. Along the rail, Cassation, they're on their way home. 3-0 with no excuse from here. He's an eighth of a mile out and 2 on top. 45-2 for a half mile as Adios Now is still second. Trying to run home from the back is Star of the Beast, but it's all the favorite. It's all 3-0. 3-0, a gate-to-wire winner under Jesus Rios. 3.5 lengths in front. Second, Adios Now. Third, Star of the Beast. Then Christensen, 102-4. And they're off. Check back to last was Mamuka. At At the rail, Seeking by the Storm gets the first call and looks to establish the pace from a headstrong Lady River Lily. Designer Bags in the red colors, 3 wide and third. At the rail, it's Breeze Through Time, followed by Carnane. Pocket Pair drops over to the inside, racing in front of Cam's Princess. Then it's Satisfactual, and after a bad break, Mamuka. Last of all, they chase Seeking by the Storm. Seeking by the Storm and Jose Morelos on top by a length and a half. Lady River Lily is second. From the inside, that's a Breeze Through Time now third. Designer Bag races in fourth. Carnane is 3 wide. Pocket Pair holds down the rail. In between horses, Cam's Princess. Is Satisfactual is second last at about 6 lengths off the speed, and 3 to the trailer, Mamuka. Opening quarter, 23 seconds flat. The leader's in a nice rhythm on the top end. It's Seeking by the Storm through a half in 47 seconds. Leads by a length and a quarter. Up on the outside, Lady River Lily's in the white face while racing a joint second. Moving at the rail, that's Breeze Through Time. Designer Bag is next. Now It's Satisfactual gets started. Let go for a wide bid under Jorge Ruiz. It's Satisfactual was second last. She's now third, now second, and charging to take on the leader. At the rail, it's Breeze Through Time. Designer Bag is tamely dropped away. Carnane's not doing much running, at least not yet, as they reach the top of the stretch. Off the turn and the stretch drive, Morelos asks for another gear from Seeking by the Storm, and she gives him what she's got. And what she's got is an eighth of a mile to go and 2 in front. Second is Breeze Through Time. It's Satisfactual is flattened out after her early efforts, but Seeking by the Storm is still there, and she'll roll down the road. Seeking by the Storm, and Jose Morelos win by a length and a quarter. Second was Breeze Through Time. Third was Pocket Pair, 141 and 4.
At the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance, we believe in giving every thoroughbred a second chance.
And thanks to you, the owners, trainers, breeders, and every supporter, you've created a ripple effect of change that's helping these magnificent animals move on to new careers and safe, fulfilling lives after racing.
Every single donation, whether big or small, is contributing to a brighter future.
But this race is just beginning. Because of you, we have gained incredible momentum and we're ready for more.
They're off in the Preakness. And they're off.
Victor Espinoza with a lead by 6.
On the outside, they go on down to the finish. Affirmed and Ollie Dart. Here's the finish. Blue Sky Dive.
Royal Orbit is a rocket now.
She's simply above and beyond them. Photo finish.
And they're off. Level beginning. Soon after the start, it was Blue Moon Tide who reaches out for the early advantage. Speeding through at the rail, Reputation's on the go. Splitting horses, Whoa Lil Lady joins the top flight. Tater Tot gets away in good shape. She's now fourth. Out in the middle goes Bottomless Mimosa, racing 3 ahead of Oh Margot, then Thousand Stories and Cajun Sis. In the run past the half-mile point, at the inside, it's Reputation who leads by half a length. Whoa Lil Lady is second. Tater Tot, she's on the bridle. Armio has a nice hold of her fourth at the inside. 3 wide Blue Moon Tide. Zayas gets after Bottomless Mimosa to try to launch her run, as Whoa Lil Lady has called it a day. They drilled the quarter, 21 and 4, and they race to the top of the stretch. Reputation tries to go all the way. Second is Blue Moon Tide at the inside. Tater Tot is now third. There is nobody running home from the back as Reputation tries to knock him out here. Off the turn and the stretch drive, it's Reputation finding plenty with an eighth of a mile to go from Tater Tot, who's rallied into second. Trying to run home from the back is Bottomless Mimosa, but they come home for the wire. It's all Reputation. 9-5 proves easy money on Reputation, who's a 6-length winner. Bottomless Mimosa's up for second. Tater Tot ran third. Blue Moon Tide is fourth in 1:10 and 3. And they're off. From the far outside, Major King begins quickly. So does Pascal Moon. Moving out the rail, the favorite Thought is offensive-minded. Working between horses is Blue Slide Park. It's a length and a half to Belts and Brooks, who improves together with Self-Taught, and the early trailer is Uranium. Down the backstretch they go, and the leader is now Pascal Moon by a length and a half. Uranium moves to take second at the rail. That's Thought in third. Self-Taught is now racing in fourth position. Major King is way out in the center. Just ahead of him is Self-Taught down at the rail, Blue Slide Park, and from between Belts and Brooks. Field separated by 4 lengths, half a mile from the wire. Pascal Moon leads 3 parts of a length. Uranium is second. So at the inside, Thought is now third. Moving up on the outside, Self-Taught. Farther out in Major King. Held up in traffic is Belts and Brooks, and Blue Slide Park is at the rail. Around the far turn at the 5/16, and it's now Uranium who makes a bid to take the lead. Toward the inside, the favorites in tight. Thought trying to go with them. Outside, here's a full head of steam coming from Self-Taught. These three almost in line as they straighten for the drive. Thought's in very tight toward the rail. He cuts the corner and tries to kick with Uranium, who has the lead. On the outside, Self-Taught. Self-Taught and Uranium, these two kick on. Thought is back to third. Major King and Blue Slide Park are next. They come past the 16th pole. Uranium on the inside. Self-Taught on the outside. Self-Taught, Uranium, nothing gives. Here's the wire. It's Uranium. Uranium pinned his ears and turned back Self-Taught. Blue Slide Park is on for third. Thought is fourth at 123-2. And they're off. Poor breaks from both Thread and Magnolia Prime. Quick break outside for Make Haste, who heads off for the early advantage. She tries to clear the inside traffic from Running Rio, who's driving hard to get her to at least set up in the 2-path. Meanwhile, the favorite, May Mischief, comes away a joint third, but she's in tight toward the rail. Origami goes up and by her. Then it's You Need Me, back to the outside, Kid Matty Matt in front of Don't Tell Tamo. Magnolia Prime is far back early. She's ahead of Bedtime, and she's in a mood as they swing around the far turn. Make Haste has been fleet of foot from the word go. She drilled the quarter, 20-4, and Make Haste is traveling awfully well. Off the turn and the stretch drive, Make Haste now an eighth of a mile from home and 2 on top. Running Rio is second man. On the outside, May Mischief tries to get a rally together, but nobody's catching Make Haste. Make Haste making short work of him here. Make Haste and jockey Edgard Zayas clear off to win by 5 while never seriously threatened. Origami is up for second. It's closer for third. Running Rio in that show photo, and 55-2. And they're off. And they're off. Level beginning. Soon after the start, it was North End Lady who went looking for the early lead, but Biloxi Blues is quickest to begin, and she'll take over. Biloxi Blues to the top. North End Lady is away in second, and Pemberley comes away third. Escape Room is an early fourth, followed out the rail by Goya. Second last early, Fantasy Performer. The one with no speed at all is Tape Runner. Last a long way. They chase Biloxi Blues. Biloxi Blues and Rajiv Mirage on top through an opening quarter of 24-2. They lead by a length and a half over North End Lady in second. Pemberley's out in the middle while racing in third, a length and a half in front of Goya, who's in the pink cap, fourth at the rail. Followed fifth by Escape Room, then Fantasy Performer, and still five to Tape Runner, who's a long way last as they complete the first 3 furlongs. It's Biloxi Blues, who sails along with a 2-length lead. North End Lady is second from Pemberley in third. The half mile was 47-3. Moving out the rail, it's Goya, followed out in the middle by Escape Room, then Fantasy Performer, and still nothing from Tape Runner. That's the 7 of them with less than half a mile remaining. It's been a very energetic pace. Second quarter was quick. It's Biloxi Blues still in front. At the rail, Fantasy Performer starts to make ground here. Fantasy Performer at a nice price has moved through inside to take the lead. Biloxi Blues is called it an afternoon. Pemberley's on the outside. North End Lady is next. Then Escape Room. Underway from a long way behind is Tape Runner. She's in the red cap second last. Goya's now at the back. Fantasy Performer tries to make a break for it. 3 quarters, 11-3. They're on their way home. It's Fantasy Performer who has the lead with a length of a mile to go and 2.5 lengths to hold, and nobody's going to get closer. In fact, Fantasy Performer is widening late. Fantasy Performer for trainer Cam Gambilotti, a clearing off 9th race winner. She'll win by almost 6 in the end. Trying to hold second is Pemberley, surging to her Tape Runner. That ended up close. Fourth for sure was North End Lady in 149-2. And runners away. Off slow, Candy Lassie. Step slow, Wonderland. Good start at the inside for a Great Date who heads off for the early advantage. It will be an easy lead, too. A Great Date to the top. Away second is Yesterday. Majestify is at the inside. Out in the middle, Super Willowa. Then the race favorite, Timeless Wonder. In tight toward the rail, Wonderland. Tough opening quarter for her. On the outside of her is Yes It Is. In a gap of 3, Candy Lassie. The trailer is Sarah's Rose. Opening quarter, 23-4. To the backstretch they go. A Great Date in front for Leonel Reyes, 3 parts of length. Yesterday is their second, a gap of 2.5 to Majestify, who's now at the inside third. Outside fourth is Super Willowa, followed fifth by the favorite, Timeless Wonder. For company on her outside, Yes It Is. Then at the rail goes Wonderland, 3 back to Candy Lassie, and Sarah's Rose is last. They went the half in 47-1. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. It's a Great Date in front by a length. Yesterday tries again from second. Majestify third at the inside. Racing fourth at Super Willowa. Timeless Wonder is being asked to quicken, but she needs a little racing room. Keeping her bracketed in is Yes It Is. Then Wonderland, and they're on their way home. A Great Date still has the lead. Timeless Wonder wants into the clear. They tighten her up again. Majestify is next, and Wonderland rolls at the rail. Final eighth of a mile down the center. Yes It Is begins to finish up. Look at her finish up. Yes It Is, indeed. With a big final eighth. She'll win it under Edgard Zayas. Close then for second, Majestify or Wonderland in 129-1.
And that wraps up 5, 4, 3, 2. And that wraps up one exciting week here at Gulfstream Park. We're back on Thursday with an 8-race card, a first race post, 12:50 p.m. And as I always say, boy, you got to be at Gulfstream Park.